Let's start. So today we'll be continuing from our last session. So in the last session, what we have seen, what is Terraform, how to create our resources, and how to destroy them also. What is the life cycle of Terraform? Whatever we followed, right? Init, validate, plan and apply, destroy. So this is the life cycle of Terraform, general life cycle. Which usually we use on regular basis. And of course, as I told you, if you want to create a resource, you have to write a resource block, just like how we wrote it. You want to create load balancer, or you want to create auto scaling group, or some S3 bucket, or RDS, you name it. I'm telling you, right? You name it, what you want to create, you can able to create like this. Write another resource block, and that's it. You'll use it. So now, of course, as of now, let me. I think yeah, this is from yesterday's. Sorry. So let's remove this. Yeah. So today we'll be talking about, for the first thing we'll be talking about is called variables. So of course what are variables. So in programming languages, terminology, we won't be using hard coded values anywhere. Like whatever you're seeing now, this in this example, resource AMI, whatever it is, these are hard coded values. I mean, you directly give the values, and of course we'll be pushing the code to GitHub, right? So anyone can see the key name, anyone can see these details. We don't want them to store like that. Why? Because see, the main advantage or main idea of behind this, using a language for something is, even for Jenkins, using the pipeline code and whatever it is so that this language can be flexible. I mean, we can able to reuse the source code for multiple use cases, right? That's what I told as an advantage of Terraform. If you give the values like this directly, so you can't reuse it. That's why we'll be using variables. Of course, there are multiple types of variables available, like string, numbers you can pass, boolean, true or false like this, or list or map. We'll see all of them. Don't worry. And these are types of variables. We'll see all of them. And next, there are multiple ways on how to pass a variable also. Those are those are another thing. Ways to pass variables, vars or variables, both are same. I mean, so one is input variables. So we'll be passing the input when we're executing some commands. So first thing is, let's create a variable. So how to create a variable is, let's say I want to create maybe AMI variable. For this AMI, I want to create a variable. Simple, just create a file called variables.tf, as I told you earlier in the morning. So variable, what is variable? AMI underscore ID. So here, type, what is the type of variable? String for now, because the string means which has characters, right? Alphanumeric it can be. So string usually ends in quotes. So that's why one of the type of the variable is string. So currently we are using string here. So description, you can able to give anything. If not also it's fine. AMI for EC2 something. Now you can give a default value, or you can skip it, no worries. You can give it later. Usually what happens here is, if you give any default value, what happens, if you don't pass any value, it means if you don't pass any value to the variable, it will take the default one. If you don't give any default value, it doesn't know what to take. Let's say AMI ID. What is my ID? Let's figure it out here. I forgot. Instances. This AMI ID for this instance. AMI, this one I want. So this is my AMI ID. So this is the default value. What happens means, if I don't pass any value in a variable while wherever it is, this will be the default AMI, this variable value. So key is AMI underscore ID, value is this one by default. If you pass anything other than this, it will take that value. The priority is for that. But when do we pass values? We'll see that. Don't worry. So this is one variable. Maybe another variable I want to have instance type as a variable. Same thing. Just create a variable. Sorry, ec2 underscore type something. Um, Type obviously string. Sorry, because instance type means the letters characters are there, right? So obviously description you want type of ec2 something, whatever it is, just for your understanding. Default, let's not give the value this time. Let's see. Now I want to have a demo 123 key name. Also I want to have a variable key underscore key, just key simply. This, these are variable keys. You can give anything. It's not like mandatorily I have to give like this only. I can give, let's say, test. It's completely fine, there is no issue. But no one gives like that because we should have a meaningful variables. So key pair, obviously this is also string. Description you want simple, right? Key pair for ec2, yes, that's it. Default nothing, obviously, blah blah, that's it. So these are string variables. Other types, let's say, what is a number variable, obviously. Count something. Count, we've seen it, we will see it more clearly maybe next time in the class. Type is number. Simple. Description, same thing. mm, count count of ec2. Default is 4. So now if you observe, usually it's common for every language. If you give any number variable, type number variables, you don't need to give quotes. But if given string, you need quotes, because string you have letters, character, I mean letters and numbers, so it won't understand. That's why I have to give in quotes. So direct value. So number it can understand. That's why I gave like that. And of course I want to give one more variable, maybe tags. For tag also I'll give variable. Why to give directly? Variable tag. What is it? Again, it's string. String description. Yes. Something as I told you, right? Default. Maybe leave it default blank. So like this, you can add any number of variables. There is no limitation. So all you have to do is create a variables.tf file. You define a variable like this. So this key we have to use it. Let's start using it here in our main configuration file wherever we use it. But of course you may see here some more values are not there, some values are there, but how to pass this, that we will see later. But for now, let's see how to use this. So I have to use this key. Obviously, if I want to fetch variable value, I have to use the key. So how? Where dot, this is the key, right? And of course where dot, what is this? ec2 underscore type. Let's copy it. Where dot key, I believe. Where dot key. And where dot tag, I believe. Where dot, so this is the tag. Where dot means variable, and the tag means the key, whatever the key is we are using. Count we are not using anywhere, so we don't be using it. Let's remove the tag. Where dot tag. That's it. Now this will fetch. This will know this resource. What it will do is, it will read this variables file. Okay, there are variables like this. Okay, there is a default value. It will wait for until some time, that we will see. If we don't give any value, it will take the default ones. If we give, it will take the whatever we gave. So it is done. Now what to do? First thing, sorry, command line. Sorry, Terraform init. It will initialize. Sorry. See. Oh, the variable name count is reserved. We cannot use count name actually here, because the count is reserved for something else. Maybe ec2 underscore count, like that. Let's see. Yeah, now it's fine. Terraform validates. uh, okay, all looks good. Terraform plan, even though you know what it's going to do, but always I told you, good to have, good to use the plan. So all good, want to create the EC2 server. Of course, this is the default value we passed. Sorry, so that you can able to see. Instance type, we did not give any default value, so that's why it should know after apply. Same with key pair, where is this key name? Yeah, same tag also, see. So let's, how to pass values. So there is one approach, Terraform apply hyphen var. You have to pass like this. What is instance type is equal to t2 dot micro, like this you can able to pass. You have multiple, try like this. Let's see. Where is it? What is that? Another thing. Key key name, right? Key name is equal to. Oh, sorry. The values we need to, the keys. My bad. My bad. So not instance type. What is the variable name? EC2 type, right? My mistake. EC2 type. Key name is just key, I believe. Yes, I think it should be key. What is the value? Demo 123. Tag also. Tag. What is this? Demo EC2 server something. Let's see. Yes. Yes. Let's see if it worked or not. Oh, it failed. Invalid. Okay. So it did not take it. So now what we have to do is we have to change it a little different. Where EC2 type t2 micro. Yes. Next hyphen where is equal to key dot demo. Give it separately if it is not working. Demo 123 hyphen where is equal to blah. Tag is equal to demo. This one. I hope this is fine. Let's see now. Yes, yes. It should work. See, it's creating. See, T2 micro demo 123 tag demo easy to server again, right? It's creating, obviously. Sorry. It's done. Is it? Let's see the, let's check the refresh. This is old server, sorry. See, demo EC2 server, T2 micro. And of course, see the key name, demo 123. See, let's destroy again. So this is one way of passing the variables. So we can pass, we call it them, input vars, input variables, because at the command line we are passing, right, when we are when we are executing the Terraform apply. So that's why we call it input variables. This is one approach. Okay, we'll there are two other approaches that we'll see. It'll let it delete, obviously. Still destroying, wait. Yeah, it's done. So this is one way of passing the values. While applying, you can pass like the separate values. There is one more way. You know how to do it? You can set an environment variable and Terraform can able to read that. So but how to set is, usually in Linux what you set, export some let's say EC2 type is equal to t2 dot micro. In Linux usually you set like this, general way, I mean, but since it's Terraform vars, Terraform cannot able to read this. So you have to add like this tf underscore var underscore before the variable. Then Terraform will understand, okay. So if for any variable there is a tf underscore var at the starting of the the key, then it means it's a Terraform variable. Terraform can able to read that. Got it? Let's try this. Export obviously won't work. It's Windows. I have to do set. But if for Linux it's export. It's Windows, so I'm just using this. That's it. Next set. What is another one? tf underscore var underscore key demo 123. Next set. What is another thing? tf underscore var underscore tag demo 123 something whatever it is. So now we have set as an env variables. There will be here somewhere tf var. See, it's part of variables. So there are so many variables, but these three Terraform can able to read because it's starting with tf underscore var. So you can able to use like this. If Terraform can read the variables from environment itself, if the variable is prefixed with tf underscore var underscore, so like that. Got it? Is it clear? So now let's see. I mean, of
Yeah,
course,
man.
we have to see how whether it works or not. Maybe let's change instance type. Maybe let's change T to nano because we want to see whether it works or not. Simply just no need to do all these things. Terraform plan. Obviously, of course, you didn't change it, but yeah, let's try. There is nothing to lose there. Simply Terraform apply. Let's see if Terraform can read from env variables or not. Earlier, what we added is, see the tag. See the demo 123. See T2 nano. See, obviously, this of course this from default value. See, it can able to do it. Click yes. What is this? Invalid. Oh, okay. So that's good. So let's try to remove these codes. Let's see. Maybe codes not needed for it seems. Let's try. Oh, yes. Sorry. What is another thing? Key, right? Demo. Let's try Terraform apply. Obviously, it will take it. Yes. Now it will work obviously. So yeah. Sorry. Creating obviously. Refresh. Yeah. See demo blah blah blah. Whatever it is 1 2 3 4 5 6 something. I gave T2 nano, which is I gave. See, it's created. Destroy. Obviously, we don't need it. So that's one of the approach. So first one is command line arguments, or we call them input variables, where you can able to pass while pass to the Terraform apply command. Another one is you can add as a system environment variables wherever you're running these Terraform commands. So you can add as a system env variables with tf underscore var underscore as a prefix. So Terraform will read it. So there is one more thing, because these two approaches, if you observe, let's say one or two variables, okay, I can able to pass while Terraform apply. I can able to pass as env variables. I have 100 variables. Let's say, imagine how the hell I would know how can I pass 100 variables like this. Imagine Terraform apply where 1 where 2 where 3 like this. How many I can pass? Or even these variables also, they're temporary. Once you close your terminal and you open again, it won't those variables won't be exist. Not a good approach, right? That's why there is one more approach. It's called storing the variables in a file. storing the variables in a file. Same variables will be storing in a file. Very simple. Let's simply create one more file. The file name should be, let's add something, maybe how to show it is ec2 the key the value t2.micro and the key, I mean the value is demo 123 and what is that tag where something where from file something whatever it is like this. That's it. Save it. The file name is important here. The file name is anything whatever you can give. Let's say dev dot tfvars. The file extension should be dot tfvars. Before it can be anything, it does not really matter, but the file name extension of the variables file name should be dot tfvars. If that is dot tfvars is not there, it won't take it. Got it? I saved it now. Let's apply again. Let's see it'll read it or not. See, oh sorry, wait, let me remove these things, because if you observe, let me show you one small thing. If you observe, even though I created tfvars file, but it is still taking the env variables. Observe here. You know why? Because env variables have the highest priority. That's why env vars have the highest priority, so obviously it will take it. What? How to unset it? I don't know Windows command, obviously. Let Google it. Command to remove. They're saying, just saying give empty value like this. Or we can simply do one thing. Close this and open again. Obviously that will be gone, because that's a temporary. Let's try. Where is tfrs? And see, they are not there. Now let's take Terraform, apply, and of course remember what I told, that environment variables have the highest priority in Terraform. So okay, the tfrs haven't took it. Let's try one thing. Oh sorry, my bad. My mistake. Sorry. So now we have stored, what is that, or variables in a file, right, dot which ends with dot tfrs. You have to pass the file slash var slash hyphen file. What is the file name? Dev dot tfvar. Sorry, my bad. You have to pass the file like this, then it will read the file. Sorry. See, now of course vars from file, the values it's taking. See, my bad, I mean I missed it earlier. I'm not creating it. Let's keep it now. I don't want to create. I mean, you know what's going to happen now, because you can see the values here. The tag, whatever the tag I gave in the file, it came. So that's how you can use the variables. So the ways to pass the variables, one is input vars, or we call it command line arguments. Another thing is through env vars, I mean environment variables, through file extension always dot vars. Do remember that. So these three ways we can able to pass, and these are the types of variables that we'll see now. Don't worry. So obviously you have seen this string and numbers. These three are there, which we'll see. So hope it's clear so far. How to pass a variable, how to use it, and what ways that we can able to use the pass a variable to the the our script. Hope it's clear. So now let's see the other represent variables. So we have seen these two things. Sorry, where is it? This thing and this thing. Now let's see bool. Bool is like boolean, true or false kind of thing. So how to define is like variable, same thing. Variable, what let's say test something. It does not really matter, as I told you, right? You have to use the test. So see that defining a variable is same, except that the type will change here. One thing, bool, and based on the type, the way you give the value will be changed. So sorry, default true. I mean like the boolean value. Boolean no boolean value will be either true or false. So like this you can able to give, and of course close it obviously. Next is list. List will be like a multiple variable. Let's say AZS, availability zones. AZS means I have multiple availability zones where I want to use it. Type list string. It means list of strings that I am passing. List of strings. How to pass it? Let's say test 1 2 3 some value. Sorry, availability zones, right? Uh, EU West 1A. So, just passing some meaningful things. EU West 1B, like this as a list. List is nothing but a collection of items. So list, these are common everywhere in every language. Like this I can able to pass, I can able to use it. There is one more value, map. I think I told you. Yeah, map kind of where. So we are mapping the value to a specific key. Simple. Variable something, something let's say tags, whatever it is. Type map string, of course string of maps obviously it means default. Let me show you how the value looks like. Sorry, as I told you, we'll be mapping a value like env is equal to prod, like this. Project name is equal to demo project, like this. So directly you could refer the value variable tags, and you can use like this. Let's say now how we are using this, I mean how we are using now where dot this name, right? If you want to use this what is this map value, how to use it, where dot, what is it, the another key, where dot tags dot env. So variable, this is the variable tags variable obviously. Where is it? Here. And within that there is one more key, right? env. So like this we can able to use it. Sorry. So that's types of variable, how to use it. So yeah, is it clear? I'm not showing because it's sorry.
Yes, yes, bro.
You're saying something?
No, bro. The map is nothing but key value pair, right?
Key value
Like,
pair, like
okay,
dictionary.
okay, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You can compare it as a Python dictionary, obviously. So it's just like you give value, you just map the value simply. Let's say your name is something. When you call by your name, obviously you'll respond, right? Similar way, mapping values like that. In programming language, other languages like that, we have something concept called dictionaries, where we map values and we use them. So like that. So is it clear?
yeah,
So that's about the variables. So it's a pretty straightforward. So yeah, but it's important to know all these things. Now let's go to another small topic. There is something called outputs. Let's say example. Mm, wait, maybe the name. So I'm creating an instance obviously here, correct? I want to use this instance name maybe in somewhere else, or I want to get the instance ID, like that. I want to get the instance IP address. Of course, instance will be created. There will be an ID, instance ID, obviously there will be an IP address. I want to get it because I want to use it, maybe I want to see it, I want to store it. How do you do? We can't see it. If you see, observe here, it will create on top maybe. It's not there, but yeah, if it will create usually, but it won't show you anything. You have to see it in the AWS console. But I want to see it because I want to use it maybe somewhere else. How to do it then? You know how to write? We have to write an output. There is something concept called outputs where it allows us to display values after running, Terraform apply. Once the Terraform apply is done, so it will display the value for us. We can able to use it anywhere else. For that we have to write a output block. Let's create a new file. Let's remove this output section. So we have variable section to use it. Output is to give us the value. Maybe EC2 ID. Oh no, I think EC2 ID is already there variable. AMID. Okay, EC2 underscore ID value. So which value you want? I want to have the EC2 instance value, right? How to get it? You have to, what you have to do is, you have to call this resource there. So of course we don't have any ID here. After creation only it will come, but you have to give the path to get the ID. What is the main path? So starting with this AWS instance, we are creating a resource. The resource name is demo. For this demo there will be ID, correct? Or for this demo there will be an AMI. Or for this demo there will be an instance type or key pair like this or tag. So like this there will be ID also we haven't defined. I mean we don't know the ID yet. So if you want to fetch some value from this resource, you have to use the resource name, resource type, resource name, and the key whatever here. For ID what you have to do is like AWS underscore instance dot demo dot ID, or let's say I want to have key pair dot key name. I believe key name is correct, like this. So this dot, this dot, sorry, this dot, and this the structure we have to follow. So then it will give it to you. That's why this one AWS, within the AWS instance demo, I mean the name whatever we gave here, and the key name whatever we have here. So in our case ID I want, as an example ID I simply use like this. You can add a description you if you want. Otherwise you can skip it, no worries. That's it. Now it will give the value to you. You can able to use it anywhere, wherever. How to use it, that will come maybe tomorrow, but for now how to get the value we'll see it. So now it will give me, it will print me the value, or yeah, I think that yeah, it's okay. Let's save it. Outputs dot tf, done. That's it. No need to refer it anywhere, it will print to you. Shall we try? Terraform validate. We wrote the code, obviously you have to validate it. Plan is run it, that's fine. We're not creating anything new resource. I mean it's just exactly we know what we know. I mean what I already created, but yeah, that's okay. Is it created? Yeah, plan, sorry. Now apply. Obviously yes. It's creating. Let's wait until it's create. See, is it printing the ID for you? Isn't it cool? Like this we can able to print anything. Let's say you want to print the public IP, copy paste this public IP of the EC2 instance I meant to say. But yeah, let's destroy first. or simply you can try this pub I sorry IP. What is this? How do I know this? Of course, I have tried. We are using it. Blah blah blah. That's it. Hopefully, it should be correct. Let's Terraform apply. Let's see. It won't create anything. Oh, there is something wrong. See, this is why we have to validate. You should not have too much confidence. See, there is something on line 8 in outputs. Line 8, what happened here? Okay, this should be fine. What the hell is? Oh, wait. See, the code, it's missing. That's why. That's why I always told you, if you change something, do validate your code. Otherwise, see this what happens. Let's see. It won't obviously create anything. Just try to refresh your state. It will match it. It won't create obviously anything. It's already there. See, public app it's printing to you. I mean, it's already created. See, that's why no zero create, zero destroy, zero delete change. See, you can use it like anywhere else. So like this, you can able to use the outputs. So you got what I'm saying. But where we'll be using it? Maybe I want to store this in local, well, my file somewhere else. We will see that in next few minutes. But yeah, is it outputs clear? Yes, yeah. Maybe let's go to something else. Sorry, clear is not there in Windows, obviously. CLS.
CLS.
Yeah, I remember it now. So now there's one more small thing. Which this all part of Terraform, only small commands. I'm telling you, that's small functions. So I want to have like what is it? I want to execute some script or some command, on the easy to whatever the resource I'm creating. So how to do with Terraform? Of course, when you want to create EC2, when you want to run something while creating EC2, you can use user data. That is one option. But through Terraform, is there any way so that I can able to run my commands or something um, in the resource? So that's where we have this concept called provisioners. Provisioners in Terraform are used to run any scripts or commands on the resource once it has after it's created. So we can able to use like initial configuration setup or some setup, prepare some environment like this, anything we can able to do it. So all we have to do is define the provisioner in the code obviously and use it. Let's see how to do it. Go to main. So within the instance only we can able to do, sorry, provisioner. So there are two types of provisioners. One is local exec. We locally the provisioner itself, name itself is local exec. So what is local exec is, so if you want to execute something on this very machine where the Terraform is running, you will be using a local machine. It means executes whatever you give commands or script in your local machine only. Like this, little you can execute. Let's maybe a sample thing I'll show you. Maybe some command. I'll write some command. Maybe is echo works in Windows? Echo 123 test.txt. Okay, echo worked. Yeah, echo I think working. Yeah. So I'll use some echo statement just to store something. Same command I'll use here. Where is it? Sorry. Command. Some echo command I'll use. Maybe what I want to store. I want to store my instance public IP. Let's try AWS instance dot demo dot public IP maybe, and yes, ec2.txt, some file I want to store it. Let's see if this works. Obviously I opened it, I need to close it. So this what happens, this command will execute in my local machine only, not in no, the resource. So provisioner what I told to execute something on your resource. But there are two types of provisioners. One is local exec, execute I mean to say, and remote exec. Another one is remote exec. Local exec means where it will execute whatever the input you give in your local laptop. I mean wherever you're running the Terraform commands. And remote exec means where whatever you give will run in on that specific resource, maybe EC2 machine which we are going to create. So let's try. Sorry, Terraform validate. Success Terraform plan. There is nothing because, oh sorry, the server is already there. But yeah, let's see. As I told you, this executor, I mean sorry, the provisioner uh, will be executed after, what is it? After the resource is created. Let's try. Let's see. Will it execute the command? It should create execute the command. It create the file ec2.txt whatever I gave in my local, I mean, wherever I'm running my server or laptop, whatever it is. There are no changes. Let's see if it works. Outputs, obviously outputs are here. Did it created? No. So the resource is already created, so it's not reading it. Let's delete it. Terraform destroy. So it cannot execute in already existing resources. Let's remove it. Let it finish. So let's see. It is still destroying. So wait. It's still deleting. Let's wait. That's okay. Let's wait. Still destroying. Still destroying. Let's wait. Let's see. What is it still deleting or is it taking time? Terminated. Okay. It'll be done now. Don't worry. Maybe in a minute. Yeah, finally it's deleted. Let's try now. Let's try apply again. Let's see. Wait, I'm cancelling it because I need to parse where hyphen file dev.tf where's where file I forgot. Let's wait. Yes, obviously it will print it because we have the outputs, but yeah, let's see whether it will create a file and it will store it or not. Let's see. Of course it will print for us. See, it is executing the command. See, let's see the file. See, it's created. The public IP address is stored. See, simple. You want to execute anything, maybe I'm just giving you an sample example. If you want scenarios like this, you can use something called provisioners, where there are two types. One is, a local provisioner, local exec we call it, where it will execute whatever the commands, or let's say you have python script or some shell script, let's say it will execute to you. And of course we have one more thing called remote exec, which will execute in linux server. Got what I'm saying? Simply, or everything will be same except, sorry, remote exec, that's it. Now what happens? It will execute whatever the command we give. Maybe a public IP, it will try to save it, but it won't work like this. Just by changing local to remote, it won't work. You know why? We are executing a command in a remote machine, which means you need to log into the machine, right, in order to do something, correct? So that's why if you want to use the remote exec, you need to have something called connection, where in this connection we'll tell to connect to our machine. So the type will be SSH because it's Linux. User, I think user is Ubuntu by default. Private key, obviously. File, it will be in dot sh. Slash dot sh slash id underscore rsa. Hopefully it should work. And host, which server we need to log in. Self dot public IP. Self dot public IP means the existing server, whatever we are creating now, use that only. Self means this within the resource only. So now remote exec, what it will do, this will execute this command after logging into EC2 server like this. Let's try if it is works or not. I mean, whatever the syntax I wrote, is it correct or not? Validate. There is wrong. Command is not expected here. Obviously correct. So I should define either inline or script or scripts. So if you are using local exec, you can simply use command. But if you are using remote exec, command is not there. You have to use inline like this. So inline, we have to end like this. Square braces. Or you can use script. You can pass the script. Or scripts also, that is also fine. For us now, just we are executing some command, right? So inline is fine. So let's try again. It should work. Yeah, see, Terraform plan. Oh wait, I have already created, right? So I need to delete it because it won't work. Otherwise, remote exec won't work. Let's try. If whether it works or not. Let's see. Let's see. You know, without deleting the instance, let's see whether it will work or not. It says something. There is some update in place. I want to do the update. Let's try. Dev not tf. Obviously, I need to pass this file, right, for the variables and everything. So let's see. No changes done. Apply. Zero change. Zero is tried. So nothing changed really. Even though it told us to know the change happened, but yeah, it didn't happen. One change should be there, what, based on according to here. But yeah, that's okay. Let's destroy. Oh, wait, wait, wait. The hell is this? Let it destroy. Yes, yes. Destroy. Let's wait. Let's wait. Sorry, it's external. Let's apply. Enter. Let's see. Obviously, yes. See, it is trying to log in. See there with the public IP. Even though we did not give the public IP, right? We gave self.public IP. So it is taking, it's trying to connect. Let's see if it is connected or not. Let's wait. Let's wait. It's still going on. It's going on. It is still connecting. Let's see here whether the instance is created or not. It is created, yeah. See, This is one which is currently running, but yeah, it is trying to connect. Is it done creation? It's okay. Still it is connected. Maybe something is wrong with our configuration. Yeah, let's see. All right, still going on. I think some issue. Authentication failed. Yeah, I think I need to change that configuration a little bit. But yeah, I want you try once. Try to add this exec remote exec with SSH. Try that. So is it clear about provisioners?
Yeah.
Let's see one more small thing. Yeah, first Terraform destroy. Okay, it's already 1 hour over. Maybe what's day today? Okay, Tuesday, right? So tomorrow I'll be Thursday. Yeah, maybe let's see. Yeah, it's very small topic. It won't take much time. Yeah, let's try. I'll be discussing. Let it destroy first. That's okay. So we'll be discussing count. We already seen count. What is count? So count. So I'll be using the variable of, because easy to dot count 4. I told okay. Let's make it 2. So count var dot easy to count easy to sorry my bad easy to dot count. So what happens? This count is it will create multiple resources, multiple copies of this resource. Let's say in our case easy to instance. It means I told count is equal to this value is 2. So it will create two resources. I mean two instances of this resource. That's what's gonna happen. But the name will be same obviously. Of course, remaining all configuration has to be same. That's why we gave like that. But the name also will be same. Instead of like that, I can use one logic here. There is something called count indexing. So indexing. So it means based on whatever the number I gave to the count, so it will add the numbers at last. So like let's say here var dot tag. What is the tag we gave? Tag. I think some tag we gave. Maybe let's change it in new. Maybe dev. So now I'll simply use count index like this. You know what happens? So obviously, so var.org is dev hyphen 1 dev hyphen 2. It will be like that because the count is 2. of, of course it will start from 0, not from 1. 0 1 2 like that. So if I give 3, the count is 3 means, so the count dot index means 0 1 2 like that. It will create the servers for you. So instead of having same name, you know we don't want to have the same name, right? So we can give the count dot index based on the count. How many count you give, it will give the values the tag also will be like that. So count dot index. Let's try Terraform validate first. Let's see what I gave. Where dot count dot index invalid character. Missing attribute separator. Okay. Variable tags. Uh, is let's see variable def easy to underscore count. Okay, 2. Is it where dot tags? Sorry, wait, let me change it. Okay, where dot tag only. What the easy so fine tags, change it. Where dot tag. Okay, this is the tag. We already gave the value of tag. Okay, dev, and of course where dot tag. Maybe, yeah, give this quotes like this. Let's try now. Still same. Okay, one error is gone, but yeah, still same. Expected a new line or comma, a mark of the beginning of new attribute. Oh, my bad. So the colon, whatever the quotes, whatever we gave, should be like this. Let's try. Now this is a different one. Unseparated block type variable, block of variable or not expected here. I think I made some mistake here in where's. What is here? What we're missing in where's? We opened it, we closed it. Tag. Oh, see, that's the hell. I forgot the quotes. Let's remove it. I forgot to close the braces. That's it. Now it will work. See, obviously validate. It will work. Now, missing resource key instance demo public IP. Got it. Now I told that to create multiple instances. I told to create output public IP. Which IP? Because there are two IPs, right? Which IP? So that's why we have to have count attribute here also. If you want to have, you have to add here count attribute also. But yeah, let's for now let's not use the outputs. Guys, I just want to show you a simple example. Finally, plan obviously. Let's see. It's creating C2 to add obviously. See the name here. Where dot tag dot one. Where is the other one? Where dot tag dot zero. I told you the count will be starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3 like that. So I told to create two instances, obviously 0 and 1. So like that. I mean, of course, I'm not going to create because you know what's going to happen. But you can see the output here. That's what it is going to do. So that's what count gonna do. Got it? So here there is issue here actually count dot 1, 2, 3, 4. It's I don't want that. That is one thing because if you have a fixed number of instances to create, let's say you have a requirement to create 10 instances, you know that 10 are needed, and that time you can use count. At that time you can able to use count. But let's say you don't know the number of instances that you want to create. It's a dynamic. At that time count won't be useful, right? Because here you told count 2 is equal to 2. Sorry, you told count is equal to 2. So it's a fixed number, okay? So you can able to use count. That's fine. But I don't know how many instances that I'm going to create. So it will be depends on my you know dynamically based on my set of list or set of map. So at that time what I can do. So at that time there is something called for each statement. Let me tell you where is this for each. Let me write it here. For each. So here we simply define for each. So what we are doing here is based on the variable. Let me define a variable here first. Instead of, let's define a variable here. Sorry. mm, Variable is instances as an example. Oh, wait. Default values web is equal to maybe AMI something 1 2 3 4 5. I'm not creating, but just simply db is equal to AMI blah 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 something whatever random. So I defined a variable. So now for each how it works is based on this variable. Let me close it. So based on this for each will work. So this I don't need to change my main.if every time to if you are using count you have to give the values, but for each I'll just simply change the variable. Based on the variable it will take it. How to use it? Simply for each var dot what is it instances, and now you don't need to do var dot amid because amid you are getting from instances. Here there is a thing for you, right? There is variable. Simply var dot, sorry, not var dot, each dot value you'll be using. Each dot value means the values from for each will be get to you. Sorry, not here, here in var dot amid. That's what we defined over there. I mean each dot value. Here you can use instance type. I mean all the instances I want to have maybe var dot ec2 type. So now key name, okay, key name also I don't use it. Simply now the names I have to have the different names, right? Simply I use each dot key like this. So based on the key, where is the key? So one server name will be web, another server name will be db. So like that it will create, and the AMIs it will take one by one. So web AMI is this one, db AMI is this one. So that's why we told each dot value. So each dot value is within the for each. Take each and every value one by one. This is first. This will be second. Sorry. Now let's see what happens. Terraform validate. Of course, syntax check is mandatory. Now Terraform apply. Sorry, plan. Let's say not no need to apply. Two to create. See, one is web, another is barely db. So where is that? Yeah, db. See, AMID is 446 something blah blah blah. This is 1 2 3 4 5 based on the values. So dynamically it will take the values based on the variable, based on the list variable. So count is you just simply define how many instances you want, and it will create it for you. So if you want unique names, you can use like what is that? Sorry, the count dot index. But not a good approach, since it's a fixed number which we are giving. So if you want to increase the count, so you have to go to the main.tf and update the count. So based on that, and of course another thing is the numbers. I don't want to use the numbers like that for each instances. The names, simply I use another approach called for each. For each similar, I mean similar to count, except that based on the variables like list it can be, or mapping values. As of now we see mapping values, right? So you can define list also, or a list. So it will read based on the variable and dynamically create the instances for you. And of course the tag also will be like that. So based on whatever you're providing. That's about. I haven't, I didn't apply it because the AMIs are wrong. I just simply gave it. But yeah, you give original values when you're trying, when you're practicing. See here, the web, there will be db on top. See like this, like that you can able to create. That's about for each. We'll be using lots of times, this count and for each. Both will be using. I mean, Sometimes I'll be using count, sometimes I'll be using, what is that? No, for each, sorry, I forgot. So I'll be using both things. So hope it's clear. I mean, so is it clear? These are all, I mean, these are all not, topics separately. These are, the way we create resources only. There are maybe one, two topics, one, maybe two or three topics maximum. So the way we create, let's say I want, depends on your requirement. You'll be figuring out in the, through internet or through some documentation like that. Based on your requirement, you'll be doing that. So Terraform, if you keep on going, so there we can able to discuss per 1 month. But we're not going to discuss each and every example. That's why I'm telling you, based on your requirement, you have to figure out what you want to do. But I am giving you like how to use Terraform first in first place, how to use that, and how to create, and how to figure out. So these things I am telling you. That's the thing. So that's it for today. I mean, yeah. So any doubts so far?
Not no, bro.
Yeah. Of course, do practice, and yes. Tomorrow I forgot to mention, class will be at same time 8:30 morning. It's not possible for me tomorrow. Just for tomorrow. Okay. Let's connect 8:30 p.m. tomorrow. I'll be posting in group as well. All right.
Yeah, okay.
So all right then. Bye. Bye all. Have a nice good night. I mean.
Thank you, bro. Good day.